most people who fear others' strength are going to say, well, you're a narcissist. But let's also get even closer to responsibility, that they're just avatars in your dream, playing out your own deepest inner worries about who you are. So you've set them the job of calling you a narcissist, whether we remember it or not. And it's your job to see, are you going to believe them or not every time. So maybe for the first few months or years, you really believed it, but you came in with a theme of, am I going to believe narcissism? I mean, look at my channel, everything. I always have the running commentary sometimes of, oh, is this narcissism? No, it's not. Like, I don't believe that anymore. Like, be as narcissistic as you can and see that it's just a ploy to keep it down. And actually trying to suppress yourself comes across as fake modesty anyway. And it comes across as some kind of narcissistic tendencies, where the worst thing in the world is someone trying to play themselves small. Like, I'd rather someone just goes for it, you know. And there's the only, like I said to the was it Heather, the only danger is dilution. Like, the only danger is the limit you put on the lid. Yeah, it's a ticking time bomb, like, because you'll be suppressing what wants to come through, because narcissism is basically coiled down confidence, like actual confidence and self-trust in yourself. So it has to go somewhere. The energy has to go somewhere, and one day it'll just burst through and it'll be like, I was right all along, I could trust myself. And obviously, like, I always take reflections from others. If someone's genuinely reflecting back a part of myself that's a blind spot, then the balance is also there, the wisdom. But like, more often than not, we choose what we believe in. So there's no projection onto these people. Like, you have that sense of maturity that it's like, well, it just kind of transmuted into love and compassion and almost grief, because really them calling you that anyway is their biggest fear, because you could be outgrowing something that they love you in a box, because they can get their safety from you. I don't know who this person is. I'm not even going to like dig into that. We don't need to. But sometimes people call you a narcissist because they want you to stay in the box, because you're a source of their safety. But you've grown in a level of self-trust and also self-confidence that sees that this whole, I actually prefer the word arrogance. Like, I know narcissism as well, but arrogance is almost always just the fear of their own confidence. Like we speak about with Albert, like, there'll be a fear that this is arrogant, that there's a fear that you're getting too bright for something. So I always ask the same question. I've asked it almost to everyone today, is, what do you fear about the release? And I think you've already really processed this, so it doesn't really apply to you. But if it ever comes back and you start finding yourself in this kind of being triggered by it, what do you fear about being outside of the box of their narcissism? Because just past narcissism is guiltless. Your guiltless expression of your light.
Yes.
That faith is something that just keeps growing and growing until it's so rock solid that you have like a knowing, like it's such a deep knowing that this whole like abandoning ourselves in order to fit something, in order to play small, like giving into it. Like I said again, like earlier, the ego doesn't get beaten. It just sees it's so silly. Like it's so silly to keep believing in certain things. Like, it's just stupid. Like, we don't get anything out of it. Like, I've never ever get any juice out of it. Like, there is a juice, but it's like a sugar. It's like an artificial sweetener, but there's no nourishment in that. And you've kind of hit the ceiling of what that is. The narcissistic tendency is always in the art world and the filmmaking world, or any kind of creativity, or even any kind of job anyone has here. There's always, I was on a call with an engineer, and it was like, he had the fears come up about his arrogance of the new ways that he was going to come out with, like, this engineering project. And it was like, just how irrational these thoughts are. Like, we just play up to a society that is built on those that would be visionaries and not take their cue of other people's opinions. Like Steve Jobs, imagine if Steve Jobs was like, oh, actually, yeah, let's just keep the keyboard on the phone. It's like, we'd be walking around with keyboarded phones, and it's like, we're trusting everyone to follow their light. Yeah. No one wants a keyboard. It's slow and boring. So whatever's coming through you wants to come through, yeah.